See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go now. No.
Again, Anderson. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45. Vincent Ray, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
C.J. Anderson may not be a Pro Bowl runner, but he knows how to run big in big games.
Yeah, he sort of sealed the Super Bowl for them in the fourth quarter. Big game against the Patriots last year on a Monday night, but only 720 yards all told in 2015. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. The first carry for the rookie Devontae Booker. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Again, running right, it's Booker. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now a run with Anderson, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They run again on first down. Anderson. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Really tough drive, but that run help salvage something there, because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that, because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They run it again with Anderson. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Ronnie Hillman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job. Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it a second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
He got 29 yards that time. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end. And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They'll run again with Bernard. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2, now third down. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there. Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. On second down, Hillman. And he's got run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think of run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully. Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The motion right is Thomas. 10th carry now for Anderson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, They were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. On third down, Lynch. Got a man. He finds Sanders. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you. Back to the ground. This time it's Hillman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and just like that, it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing, Lynch. Sanders has it over the middle. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll come out in the pistol. Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Lynch. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. In the backfield is Anderson. From the red zone now, here's Lynch on first down. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A long drive here. Play 12 coming up for the offense. They come up in an offset eye. Slot man moves right. Back to the running game they go. It's Hillman. Hillman loses the football, and this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Ronnie Hillman as the first half is winding down. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. Whoosh. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we have come to... Jeez, don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty. Whatever, your wish, our command. 3rd quarter now. That'll be taken in the end zone. Room here to run.
One thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on. And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They pitch it out to Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Well, that 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 3rd down.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. After the penalty, it's Hillman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Hillman. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bengals will get the football back. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer 3rd, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you run an out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging. picking it up and making sure it was a catch.
So completion on second down, that brings up third. Here's Bernard. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals defense gearing up as they take the field. And they were back in the red zone last time defensively, but they were able to get that fourth down stop.
Gave up no points in a situation where you expect at least 3 to go on the board. I have a feeling that after that stop, maybe a few taunts went across the way that said, maybe next time, guys, you might want to kick it.
We'll see if they can get another stop on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. And this is incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Toss play. This is Anderson. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Ray Maualuga, the linebacker. The numbers comparison last week, really good game. Here, I don't know. He's not hitting the hole as fast as he was a week ago.
Do you get the sense that maybe, you know, his timing's off a little bit?
Yeah.
Because last week, I think you were talking about how quick he was to the hole and how fast he was through the hole. And that created some of those big runs because it allowed some of those second and third level blocks from his offensive line. In this game, I feel like the blocking's still there, but he's just not taking advantage of it.
So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
And now they're in the hurry up. Here's Anderson. They can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And he's got Hireman. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
All right, here we go. Green.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Second down following the run. They come out here in the eye. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. A second down carry for Booker. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
For those who watch the game and want to question the courage of the guys who play on the corner, how about when you see a toss sweep coming your way, yet you still go into the backfield, get past the blockers, and make the...
Back now in Cincinnati. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. This is for a set, and he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the fourth.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. They'll get 16 yards there, and it's good enough for a Cincinnati first down. And the Bengal fans are probably saying, where has that been?
And they have to, because everyone wants to talk about having a balanced offense, but these two, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, their connection is vital to their chances of winning.
And Dalton to throw. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. He showed off a nice juke of the defender, but the next wave there to bring him down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And it'll be Dalton again. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Another chance for Dalton. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I think he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to battle.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The reigning Super Bowl MVP, Von Miller, coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down for a loss of 5. The D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
This is going to sound a little strange, but that was a really nice effort because he broke a tackle and almost sprang free, but it still ended up with a loss of yardage. The defense won that battle.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
And the play clock's running down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. 10th carry now for Ronnie Hillman. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
Under pressure, they got him again. Von Miller from that outside linebacker spot. He's able to get in there for a loss of 9. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. 2nd down, Dalton. He drops it off for Bernard. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down. Here's Brad Nordman now, standing just outside his own goal line.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Anderson, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, "I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you."
3rd down now following the run. Now a give, running right is Anderson. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a give, running left with Anderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, here we go. Green.
Coming right, this is Anderson on the toss. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. They come out here in the eye. And the tight end goes in motion left.
Gone. Here we go now.
They toss it left side to Anderson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call that a loss of...
We're